Following the previous video, because it said that traditional mystery works such as the Kindaiji case files have become less popular, most of the mystery works now are being mixed with other elements to become like Hyoka and Inspector type light mystery works. So someone sent me an email and asked me to recommend some unique light mystery works, whether it's a Japanese TV series or an anime, just as diverse as possible. Well, if you say so, there are some good light mystery works in my collection that I can recommend.
世の中の関節は外れてしまった。
ああ、なんと呪われた因果か。
世の中の関節は外れてしまった。ああ、なんと呪われた因果か。それを直すために生まれついたとは。
Blast of Tempest. For those who are not interested in plays, the conversation just now was just between two Chunibyo teenagers. But if you know a little bit about plays, you would know that the conversation just now was from a famous saying in Shakespeare's play, Hamlet. The uniqueness of Blast of Tempest is that it perfectly connects the elements of mystery, superpowers, and Shakespeare's plays, these elements that seem to have no connection at all. In the current Japanese anime industry, there are many anime intermixing with the superpower genre, but it's difficult to find a genre similar to Blast of Tempest. The only thing I could think of is Bungo Stray Dogs, adapted by Studio Bones in 2016, but one is a literary work while the other is a play, which is not exactly the same. I can say that all the elements in Blast of Tempest are designed according to a play, whether it's the lines, music, or even the characters and the anime title itself. Blast of Tempest is derived from Shakespeare's The Tempest. The beginning of the story is the bizarre death of the heroine, Fuwa Aika. In order to investigate this case and take revenge on the murderer, Fuwa Aika's brother, Fuwa Mahiro, obtained superpowers from a magician named Kusurabe Hakaze, as well as working together with his close friend, Takigawa Yoshino, who is also Fuwa Aika's boyfriend, to find the murderer. A revenge drama like The Tempest and Hamlet. Since I recommended Blast of Tempest based as a mystery anime, how does this anime perform as a mystery? First of all, the definition of deduction in mystery is not only to find the criminal, but more importantly, to establish a logical conclusion through evidence and conjecture. While the characters' behavioral logic and emotional development in Blast of Tempest are very good, especially in the middle of the anime, where there's a debate that will take up 1/4 of the entire anime. Although it is long, it's not boring at all. Each character presents their views and deduction about the murder of Fuwa Aika. If someone were to make a most classic mystery scene in Japanese anime video, then the deduction debates in Blast of Tempest can definitely be on the list. In terms of combat, because there are superpowers in the initial tag, no matter how exaggerated the scene is, it's still acceptable. No matter what kind of broken thing appears, it can be explained by superpowers. At the same time, the production company of this anime is the same as for Bungo Stray Dogs, Studio Bones, resulting in the fighting scenes being incredibly badass. Finally, Shakespeare's plays. Often, some manga authors will add Shakespeare's famous quotes in their works to make themselves look particularly culturally literate. But Blast of Tempest is different. Every time Shakespeare is quoted in the anime, it is in line with the mood of the occasion and the characters. Paired with the epic background music, it truly feels like watching a stage play. The characteristics and the relationships of the characters are also relatively new in the anime I've watched, so it is highly recommended for those who like to watch mystery, fighting, and romance to enjoy this anime. But this does not mean that this anime is perfect. It still has some certain disadvantages. The biggest disadvantage is that its style has changed too much. As I said before, Blast of Tempest combines Shakespeare's two plays, Hamlet and The Tempest. Although they are both stories about revenge, one is a tragedy and the other is a comedy. As a result, the difference between the early and later stages of Blast of Tempest is a bit big, and a reasonable transitional chapter is lacking. But from a comprehensive perspective, this is still an excellent mystery work and will not disappoint you. If the full score is out of 10 points, I would give it 8 points. Although it has some disadvantages, it's still an anime that is very worth watching, whether for mystery fans or viewers who aren't interested in mystery. Here's a tip for new viewers. Don't think that this anime is a yaoi work just because of some fan works about this anime on the internet. The homosexuality element in this anime is almost zero. There's a pure friendship between the male characters, and the female characters have a strong sense of charm and presence. But if you want to see mystery works with the yaoi element,
Sensei. その日、初めて退屈じゃなくなった。
Gameoflaplace. Many current mystery anime combine superpowers and mystery like Blast of Tempest. This is indeed a good formula. Deduction can make up for the lack of intelligence in fighting anime, and fighting can add action scenes to traditional mysteries so that the viewer will not be bored. But compared with superpowers, I personally think that the most compatible elements with mystery should be the elements of darkness, such as Gameoflaplace, which looks like a mystery anime, but in fact it satirizes the society of the time by reappearing the real cases of Japan's past in a disgusting but romantic way. Many mystery works regarding this point are used for the purpose of making the culprit's motives more memorable and making the whole case more realistic. Regarding this point, Gameoflaplace can be said to be extremely absurd. It's like in the clip just now, where the protagonist woke up and saw that his teacher was killed in such a cruel way, and with a murder weapon in his hand, not only was he not afraid, but he even felt happy that the world had finally become a little more interesting. If there's really one sentence or phrase to describe these, then it should be aesthetics of absurdism. Although this is a mystery anime, the thinking and behavioral logic of most of the characters in this anime are unreasonable. First of all, this influential protagonist is a male, being able to wear women's clothing naturally. His male friends like him. Just the emotional aspects of the characters are strange enough, but the plot of the story and the characters' personalities are even more exaggerated. Please allow me to introduce the plot of the first case in a lightweight, spoiler way. First of all, the protagonist's teacher is a perverted murderer. After killing the girl he loves, he'll make a chair out of them. His next goal was one of his students, but the teacher suddenly changed his mind and fell in love with the male protagonist. The plot is outrageous enough as it is, but I still underestimated the author's imagination. The teacher's next female target actually likes the teacher and wants to be killed by him to be turned into a chair, but the teacher's empathy made her angry. So she killed the teacher, made him into a chair, and then blamed the protagonist. So who can infer the criminal's motives and tactics? Similar plots and motives are everywhere in this anime, so although I introduced this as a mystery work, never mind that. The focus of this anime is irony. It puts all the darkest and most unreasonable plots into a mystery work that should focus on rigorous deduction to create a sense of contrast and uniqueness. Another peculiar aspect of this anime is its special way of expression, that serious deduction becomes an entertaining stage play. It's a bit like the style of anime directors Ikuhara Kunihiko and Akiyuki Shinbo. This way of expression has also appeared in a recent light mystery anime work, Pretty Boy Detective Club. The interesting thing is that the core of these two anime are completely opposite. One is to express the deformed evil of human nature, and the other is to express the young beauty of human nature. Therefore, the anime Gameoflaplace is very picky for viewers. If you feel uncomfortable after watching the first case, then you'd better stop watching it, because the later cases will be even more exotic. But whether you watch this anime or not, I still highly recommend you to listen to its soundtrack, especially its opening and ending. It will not let you down. I gave it a score of 6, which is barely passing, with disadvantages and advantages coexisting. The request of the viewer who asked me to recommend mystery works was for me to recommend some unique light mystery works instead of good watches. And because the number of light mystery works are not very large, I just put Gameoflaplace in. Looking at it now, the remaining time of this video is still enough for me to recommend another work. Now, I have recommended Superpower and Darkness plus Mystery Anime. In addition, the viewer's requirements included not only anime, but also Japanese TV series. Well, there's one just for you. Lessons for a Perfect Detective Story. Regarding this TV series, rather than trying my best to avoid spoilers, it's better to show you a TV clip itself to help you better understand this work.
頭脳明晰、容姿端麗、行動力抜群、神出鬼没の名探偵、天下一大五郎のプロポーズを断る女性は、つまりは女性じゃないということです。なるほど。見りゃわかるよ。
As you can see, once again, this is not a work of mystery, but a funny work with a layer of mystery. Do you feel that the scenes in some mystery works are inexplicable? Like a person pretending to be a completely different person, but not a single person has noticed. Lessons for a Perfect Detective Story is a piece of work that specifically shows some unreasonableness in traditional mystery works and just satirizes it. You can even think of this work as the Gintama of the mystery world. However, the popularity of this work seems to be a bit low. I have searched several websites to finally find a website that is virus-free and is viewable on there. If you want to watch it, I'll put the website down in the comments and you guys can check it out. Alright, this is the first time I've made this kind of anime recommendation video in a while. If you have any suggestions, you can leave your comments. Or if you want to watch a similar type of video, you can also leave that down in the comments. That's all, see you next week.